Hello, my name is Gabe Zollner. Today is November the 20th, 2012, and today is somewhat of a sad day, and the reason that I say it's somewhat of a sad day is sometime during the day in Florida, Congressman Allen West conceded to Patrick Murphy, and he decided that he didn't want to continue to fight the fight, which I think is somewhat unusual for a military man, especially someone that I think has a distinguished military career. In either case, my understanding from what I read in the media is that the reason that he did that was he didn't want to be a burden on the American people, recognizing two factors. One is that it would be a time-consuming battle and it would be a costly battle. And what really troubles me is that the Republican Party did not get behind him. And the Republican Party should have done everything possible to make certain that there was in fact a fair election that took place in Florida. There's too much evidence to the contrary. There was one district, I believe in Allen's West area, where they had 7 registered voters and they generated over 900 votes. And I bet you dollars to donuts there wasn't one vote in that 900 that was for Congressman West. And there was another situation where they had 141% turnouts, when that didn't make any sense either. How can you get 141% turnout out of 100%? And that same thing happened in not only Florida, that happened in Colorado against Governor Romney, it happened in Pennsylvania, and it happened in Ohio and a number of other key swing states. The problem that I have with the Republican Party is that they seem to be like Congress. They're like a do-nothing party. And the reason I say that is because there was nothing more important than to support Congressman West in his battle. And if it could have been proven that, in fact, there was massive voter fraud that took place, which is why Patrick Murphy came out on top by a mere, 1,900 votes, then other states could have been investigated as well. And not only for people that ran for Congress or the Senate, but people that also ran for the President's office. And I got to believe that Debbie Wasserman Schultz would have had a difficult time as well if people were playing on an even playing field. But that isn't how the Chicago machine operates. That isn't how they play the game. And that's why I'm very disappointed in the Republican Party. Most importantly, I guess, the Speaker of the House, since he's pretty much the leader of the band, and he should have dropped everything. He should have forgotten his turkey dinner. He should have gone down to Florida with the other key Republicans like the Rhino McCain and whomever else, and just helped to fight the fight, assured the attorneys that they would be compensated for their efforts to try to prove that fraud was in fact what caused the results to turn out the way they did. But that didn't happen. And because that didn't happen in Florida, it probably won't happen anywhere else. And as a result, the president, Obama, will probably remain in power because nobody's going to question the true results of the will of the American people. And that's what's really sad. And the question people have to ask themselves is, why bother voting? There's no reason to vote because that doesn't matter. Your vote can't be enough to offset the illegal votes. That's the only way you can get 140% turnout. I mean, how else can you do that? The only way that happens is by illegal votes. So why bother to vote? Just let them play their game. There's no reason to have people running for high office. There's no reason to have all the hoopla and watching television for, 3 or 4 months to see which candidate will either eventually come out on top to be the nominee. Nominee of what? We know what the end result's going to be. Anyway, I don't think it matters a hoot, because I think what's going to happen is Obama's going to revise the Constitution if he doesn't eliminate it, and he's going to remove that one clause in the Constitution that only allows the president to have 2 4-year terms. And the argument that he's going to use is, well, hey, if senators can remain in power forever, every 6 years they come up for consideration, if they stay in, if they get voted back in, they stay in. And let's say you end up with people like Dianne Feinstein, who's probably been in Congress longer than she's been anywhere else, Barbara Boxer, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Even Rhino McCain, I mean, he's been at it for, 25 years? That's insane. Anyway, I don't think it matters, because that's the argument Obama's going to use. We've got to revise the Constitution because it doesn't make sense. It isn't fair. We have to play on a fair playing field. You know, that's his whole shtick. Fair. Everything's got to be fair to him, and everything has to be his way. If it isn't his way, it's not fair. Anyway, like I said, it's a sad day, and I'm sorry that Congressman West decided to give up the fight. It's not what I would have expected from someone that was in battle the way he was. Anyway, it is what it is. Thanks.